Okay.
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 Yeah, I think that's part of it. Sorry.
That windfall. Fucking hell. Oh, dusty.
Which, as I've said, I don't really mind. On this. Hey, chicken. Hi, and welcome back to our channel.
This week's video is something that we have been anticipating doing for over a year.
It's been a long time coming.
The reason it has been such a long time coming is because we have been reviewing all of our pairs of riding tights over the past year to give our final thoughts and opinions on which are our favourite, ranked 1 to whichever for you guys.
We are going to go through kind of our favourite bits about them and what we think of them.
All of these tights mentioned are around the £50 mark or less. If you're new to our channel, you maybe don't know, but we don't generally buy expensive things here because we don't have a lot of money. If you're in for a bargain, then you're in the right place.
Bargain central for these riding tights.
One of these pairs was a tenner. Stay tuned.
A tenner! We did buy all of these ourselves. No one's given us anything for free, unless it was a Christmas present.
Yeah, that's true. If you would like a review video on expensive leggings, then make sure you comment, like and subscribe. Watch all the ads, share to everybody so we get some money. And if you're a brand, you can send us them for free. Without further ado, let's get started.
The first pair of riding tights that we are going to talk about and show you is our GS Equestrian Aisha?
Yeah.
Aisha? Riding tights.
I have 4 colours now, recently added olive to my collection.
And I have 3. So I've got olive, brown and black.
I've got olive, black, grey and navy. And they also have burgundy and white, which we do not have in our collection.
Yeah.
They are £13.95 in the sale right now, but they usually retail for between £19 and £20.
They're really often in the GS Equestrian sales, and if they have a sale, I don't think I've ever paid full price for a pair, but they seem to keep
I
them in stock.
The price that they score out is £22.95, but it's never that price.
No. They are, I think, really good quality for how much money, or they sit really nicely, feel really nice for how much money they are.
Yes, they have a pocket on the right hand side, and as 2 right-handed riders we find that very, very helpful. Who doesn't need a pocket, especially in the summer? I
like the grip on the inside, so it's
a knee grip.
Yeah, the knee grip. It's a good amount of grip, but not too sticky, which I don't personally like.
The way that they are sewn with the seam is quite flattering and quite feminine on your shape.
However, I think that does bring us on to a slightly downside of them, is that when we both first bought them, that seam that runs across your leg is really quite tight. I had it cut into my leg a wee bit, but it does loosen off after a couple of washes, so that's not something that I notice anymore.
Yes, worth persevering with, for
Yes.
sure. The only other thing I've ever noticed is a downside, which we didn't notice until today. They're not squat proof. Turns out when we're filming this today that when we squat at full capacity, there's a very, very mild pant line that you can see.
Yeah.
Never noticed it in everyday life for each other or when we're riding, but a notable point.
Yeah. It's not too noticeable. It's not too bad.
No, it's
Not the
not.
worst.
We never noticed it till today. But for FYI,
But we love them.
love them. A follow on from the Aisha riding tights, we also both have a pair of the Becca riding tights from GS Equestrian, which are almost the same except for they lose points because they do not have a pocket. They gain points because they've got full seat silicone, which is a plus for me.
Not a plus for me. I don't love a full seat. I don't love the feeling of being stuck to the saddle.
So for the Becca, that's going to be a rider preference thing. In the winter, we said you wouldn't notice the lack of pocket because you would always have a jacket on. But in the summer, bit of an issue. We both have complained about that in the past.
For me, there is another downside to the Beccas, is that they're quite long. I find they sit a bit longer than the Aisha tights, and because I am a short person, at only 5'2", I find that there is just a lot of material left at the up bottom. However, I find that with a lot of clothes, so it's a short person problem, but just to note if you are short.
The Becca riding tights retail at £24.95 at full price, but are currently on sale for 13.95 as well, and usually in the sale for around the £20 mark too, so cannot bash the price. In both the Aisha and the Becca riding tights, I wear a size 10, and I generally find that to be true to size. I'm usually a size 10 on the bottoms for other things as well.
I'm also a size 10. I can kind of range between a 10 and a 12 on the bottom depending on the brand, but I comfortably fit into the size 10 on the Aisha. The next ones we're going to talk about are from another favourite brand of ours, the Blackfoot riding tights.
I have a pair in sea green.
I have them in a cold navy, but it's really kind of more of a blue, like a bright blue than a navy.
The Blackfoot riding tights are full seat silicone, and they have the Blackfoot logo as their silicone, which looks really, really smart. And they also come with belt loops, so even if you've got a slightly off size around the waist, they're the only pair of riding tights that we have reviewed today that have belt loops, which is a big, big plus.
I think they can be really smart. I really like them for like a lesson, or so we use the kind of GS Equestrian ones more day to day, but I like my Blackfoot ones for like smart because of the belt loops. That kind of adds to it. I find them really, really comfy. They're really like soft material and really comfy. If you like a little bit of matchy and going all smart, the little accent colours often tie in with some of their other items, so I have a matching base layer to my riding tights for a real smart vibe.
Some of the downsides of them, well actually one of the only main one we could say that is a downside is that the price is a little bit on the higher side for us. All of the products we're reviewing today are around the £50 mark, and these ones are up there. I believe they're around £46.50. You know, double the price of the Aishas.
Double the price of the Aishas, but double the pockets, because they have pockets on both sides.
That's really the only bad thing I can think. Obviously they're full seat silicone, which isn't your favourite, but they do have another range which is more like a leisure range that you could wear for riding and everyday life, which have not got silicone.
The active something they call it,
active range.
So they might be good for like gym to riding sort of vibes. Yeah, I don't love the full seat, but actually I find it a little bit better because of the silicone. It's not quite, it's like sticky.
Mildly sticky, you might say.
Mildly sticky. I have them in a medium, which I do find slightly on the big side. I probably could have sized down to a small.
I have them in the small, and they're perfect. They're not too, you know when you wear tights that are too tight and you've sat in the lorry for like 3-hour drive, you arrive there feeling really sick and a bit sore. Never ever 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 had that with them. Kids.
You pay for the quality, I think, with them. £46.50.
Next on the list, we have got the Aubrey riding tights. This is an add-on to the Shires range. I have got the normal riding tights, and Heather has got the winter riding tights, so we kind of branched out into both.
Both of us have found that these are slightly on the big side. I think size down with these. If you're kind of in between sizes, I would definitely size down. And we say that because neither of us reach for them because they are a little bit bigger. However, having put them on again today, we realised they're really comfy, like really nice, comfy, soft material. I really like the branding that they have on them. So they've got the Aubrey branding down the pocket, and they also have the thin bits to go in your boots and in your socks, and that has got the Aubrey branding on as well.
I think the Aubrey tights range, there's a few different styles of the tights, all range from between the sort of £35 to £50 mark. Can't put an exact one on any of them, and they sell them over a wide variety of retailers as well, which is obviously really good.
So the next ones are leggings that I actually bought a while ago, and it's when we first decided to do this video over a year ago. They are my Dark Horse Equestrian riding tights. Got them in black. I wear everything in black. Again, coming up slightly big on me, but I do find them really comfy. I would say they feel a little bit cheaper than the other riding tights we've seen today, but they are again a little bit on the cheaper side, so I think they were about £27.
24 to 27.
24 to £27. But I think I would reach for my GS Equestrian ones over these. They do have a pocket. It is on the left though, which I find slightly irritating. I think I have a medium in these, and they fit pretty well. They are a little bit, again, big around the waist, but they do fit quite well on my legs.
Next for me, I, in the Christmas sale this year, bought PS of Sweden riding tights, which are usually way out of our price range. We don't usually buy anything that's that expensive, but they were under £50 in the sale in January this year, so I splashed out. They looked super flattering on the model, and they look super flattering on me. I got them in a small, and they're the only pair that I feel come up a little bit too small for me. I think I could have benefited from a medium. Maybe they'd look less flattering that way, but when I sit in them for too long, I had them on for a full day of riding club camp, and by the end of that day I actually felt sore and like uncomfortable around my middle where the waistband had been pressing all day. So that is the biggest downside. The other big downside is that they're usually very, very expensive for us, but
if you want to splash it out, because I think they're very flattering on you. The waistband's nice and the bum.
Sculpting of the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
And there's enough grip down the inside of your leg to kind of hold you in the saddle to a reasonable amount, but not so much that you're sitting in a leather car and you can't move. They've got lovely branding, they've got lovely shape, reasonable price if you get them in the sale. And if I had them in the right size, I would maybe, or a more comfortable size, I'd probably reach for them all the time for my more posh things.
So the last pair that I have to talk about are my Apt Cavalier riding tights. They were discounted because of some, not damage, but just a fault. The threading had come loose. So I don't know if that is something that would happen with them a lot. Just as a disclaimer, I don't know if that was because that's what happens with these, but on that pair it was like that. So I got them for only £10. I think they usually are 50-ish.
40 to 50.
40 to 50, I think. They are really flattering because they have a thicker waistband, potentially because they're a little bit on the small side for me. They are a 10, so I think I kind of sit between a 10 and a 12 for them. So they may be a bit on the small side, which kind of squeezes me in. My Apt Cavaliers have no grip on them, which for me, I don't mind so much, although I would say they're maybe a bit sliding. About to ride worthy, 29 years old, not a problem. Wouldn't maybe use them on Nelly. I like the branding. It's big branding, but it's not like the words, it's like just one bit, and then there's the bit on the back as well. But I also find them very cool and like breathable, so they're really good for summer, and that is added to by the lower leg. They do have the thin bit that goes into the boot, and it's kind of all of your calf, really like just mesh material.
And they're a Scottish brand.
Yay!
Yeah. The final pair I'm going to talk about are the Ancora riding tights. I got these over a year ago, but I must say I haven't reached for them for the last maybe 6 months because I've got obviously so many pairs, and these are probably low down on my list of tights to reach for. The main reason that being is that they don't have any grip on them at all. I think they've since brought out new styles which maybe do have some grip, don't quote me on that, but this pair don't have any grip, and the feel of that material is very, very slidey, so I don't love to reach in them now that I ride a 7-year-old X-Race horse. If you know, you know. The other thing about the Ancora is that the pocket is on the left, which we've already mentioned, big no for us right-handers, and the pocket is very, very snug, so you have to quite force your phone in. And the final downside of these is that they seem to have balled up or pilled quite a lot. You can see a lot of wear on the material. You know when your tights hit a bit of Velcro? That's kind of what's happened to my riding tights. Positive is they are the third cheapest, so I think they retail between £30 and £40 mark. And I love their base layer, so I was a little bit disappointed, I must say, with the riding tights. I've got them in a small and they fit perfect. They're very, very comfy. Very, very comfy. Maybe I just wear them around the house.
So Ailey, what's your favourite pair?
So, I think we probably... Wait, actually, we should probably discuss this. Hang on.
We've discussed. We're back.
We've conferred. 2 seconds, the producer's just letting me know. Their results are in a particular order. We will now reveal our favourite riding tights to our least favourite. But we like them all.
Least favourite up.
Ooh! We're doing that. Take it away. Bottom place, but still loved, is the Ancora riding tights.
In 6th place is the Dark Horse Equestrian riding tights. Still very much love them, just nothing special.
In 5th place is the GS Equestrian Becca riding tights, the one with no pockets in the silicone.
In joint 3rd place, because
we could not decide,
and also we don't both have a pair, so how are we supposed to compare? Are our Apt Cavaliers and the PS Sweden riding tights.
In 2nd place we have, we're just pipped to the post but just not quite there, was the Blackfoot Equestrian riding tights, which we absolutely love. Heather's going to get herself the correct size.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons that they might not be up there at the top. I'm going to get myself the correct size and also try out the not full seat, because personal preference, I don't want the full seat. So we'll see.
Yes.
Maybe we'll lose again in a year and they'll be top. In 1st place is a TwoJollyJockeys staple. It's the GS Equestrian riding tights. I think it's probably obvious from the beginning because I'm like, I have 3 pairs and she has 4. But the price to quality ratio is just like amazing, and we find them flattering. They've lasted really quite well.
Perfect amount of grip, pocket, waistband, look, feel, price. They've got it all. If you'd like to sponsor us, just Equestrian, emails in the description box below. So there you go. There you go, that's the ratings. We'll try and leave links to all of these riding tights in the description box below. If you wanted to buy yourself a pair, you absolutely can go and check them out. Obviously, we've said they maybe are not all in stock anymore. We'll have to have a look, but we will link the next best thing for your information.
If you like this video, we also are collectors of base layers. So we can do a battle of the base layers if you like this video. So please comment, like, subscribe, let us know if you would like to see that as well.
And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.